G'day team, welcome back to another vector video. So we are actually going to be looking now at vector equations. So we've done a bit of work with the zero vector, adding vectors, subtracting vectors, and we know what all of that means now. So now we're going to start looking at diagrams and then putting those diagrams into vector equations that we can then use algebra with. So when we have vectors forming a closed polygon, we can write a vector equation. So any closed polygon formed by vectors, we can write a vector equation. So a couple of examples I've got here. Find vector equations for the following. Okay, so we can see that one thing I should note, it doesn't matter where you start, the vector equation will still be true. So for this example, I could be looking at vector p equals something, but I could also look at vector r, okay? So it doesn't matter where you start, the vector equation will be true. So I'm going to zoom in here and zoom into example A. So I am actually going to find vector p in terms of the other vectors. So luckily enough for us, we've got tail to tip of S, tail to tip of Q, tail to tip of R. So that means we just have vector S plus vector Q plus vector R equals P. Okay. Now this one here is a little bit different. All right. So I'm actually going to be finding vector C. All right. So we're trying to find vector C here. Now vector C doesn't actually have a nice tail to tip. But remember, we've been working with negative vectors now. So if we're actually going to look at tail to tip, this is actually going to become negative A. All right, so we've actually got vector C is negative A plus vector B. All right, and you make sure you are writing it in this order. It's not like regular addition or subtraction where you can do it in any order. Vector addition and subtraction is really important that we are making sure we're putting it in the correct order. All right, it is as easy as that. Have a bit of a play around, try and find some other equations to do with these two shapes. But yeah, hopefully you guys got a bit out of this, and we'll see you next time.